Well, it only took just over 2 months for the mainstream media to finally recognize the fact that La Palma has been infusing the ocean with lava for just about 6 weeks now. I will bring you that info as well as a global earthquake update. We need to talk about some earthquakes that took place over the last 48 hours that are pretty rare. And I'm not just talking about La Palma. We are going to touch base on the West Coast weather as well as British Columbia and what to expect as far as the horrible flooding. And last but not least, we will talk about NASA on its way to an asteroid to test our Earth defense systems. All while we wait for the release of the movie Don't Look Up, a dark comedy about a comet that has a 100% chance of hitting Earth. My friends, we're going to break this all down and we're going to do it right here, right now. Let's go. Welcome back, everyone. November 24th, 2021, 10:20 a.m. And we're going to start with La Palma. We'll check that out in 1 second. But very quickly, I want to look at just the main stats here. La Palma had an action-filled night, so I expect this level 3 to go back up to a 4. There was a specific type of earthquake that took place recently on La Palma, as well as last Friday being our largest still to date. This was really a 5.5 earthquake. And now the main talk about La Palma right now, at least, is the amount of lava reaching the sea, and that is where AccuWeather comes in. In fact, they're almost making a liar out of me, as I cannot even find the video that was posted this morning about the ash and the lava hitting the sea. So if anyone finds that, please let me know. But with that said, here is the last time AccuWeather actually covered La Palma, and that was when we had those concussion waves, or what looked like those rings of smoke around the top of La Palma. Very, very odd weather phenomenon that took place that day. You could see here around October 18th, just over a month ago. Before I get into the news about the lava reaching the sea once again, let's just take a look at the most recent earthquakes over the last 2 days, since that's the last time we spoke. And you can see right now we had one 5.0 downgraded. Here's a 4.4. Here's a 4.3 from a day ago. Here is a 4.7, which actually was first a 4.9, and then we have a downgraded 4.8, which was actually a 5.0. So technically one of our biggest earthquakes had taken place just a day ago. If we go ahead and hit the 3s, we can see that there's a lot more action going on than meets the eye. Now, one of the main issues with the lava reaching the sea is the instability it creates underneath it, as well as adding extra weight to other parts of the island that may be unstable. And I'm not going to go too much more into it from there. I'm actually working on this exact topic for a longer video I'm doing on La Palma and what it's done over the last 2.5 months already. But here are those gravity waves we were talking about, and we've shown multiple times on the channel when it actually happened. So plenty of different crazy stories that are coming out of La Palma, and some of them are just now getting picked up by media. And we're going to stay right on that earthquake topic here, as just over the last 24 hours, take a look right up on the northern side of Greenland, a very rare 5.2 downgraded from a 5.5. Now, all you have to do, if you come over to the USGS earthquake map and you click 30 days, all magnitudes, but you're going to notice something, and that's how we do not get many earthquakes way up north by the northern part of Greenland. You can also see one that took place recently, basically as far north as you could possibly get on this chart without showing up around the bottom again. Now, this was a super rare quake, which took place on the 19th. I believe I touched on this briefly. And then this one here, the 5.2 north coast of Greenland, even more of a rare quake. The fault line runs basically over Iceland and borders Greenland in a way. Now we need to move over to the United States, and we need to adjust the settings to be able to get these quakes we saw just a day and a half ago. And I don't know if you guys remember the quarry blast, the very big quarry blast, 3.4 magnitude. You usually don't see quarry blast that big. We zoomed in on Google Earth and found out there is no quarry even here, unless that's what they're starting to build. 8 hours ago, a 3.6 magnitude in Oklahoma. There was also a 4.2, I believe, near Missouri, right off the Mississippi River, which is no longer on this chart. And we also had the 3.8, almost 4.0 off the Oregon coast, which is also not on the USGS. Wouldn't it be nice if all the earthquake charts actually were on the same page? Imagine that. All right, my friends, no time to waste, but take a look. Here it comes for the West once again. Parade of storm to resume in the northwest after devastating floods and mudslides. Some areas that saw some of the worst flooding they've seen in over 125 years are about to get more. And now really quick on this chart here over on weather.cod.edu, not only are we going to be able to see the next wave coming, which you're watching move across your screen right now, here is the bulk of that moisture, but what I want you to do is follow the momentum, basically a little jet stream out in the Pacific Ocean. We see a dip here of moisture and it kind of buckles right along this area, and then as we hit play, we can kind of see it's like this U that dips down and then it folds back up as it approaches the west. And what I'm showing you here is the difference between an atmospheric river and the Pineapple Express atmospheric river. So if this down dip were to come all the way down to Hawaii and kind of pull up this moisture from the equator that usually moves from east to west below Hawaii here, when we get a down dip, which is very similar to the down dips we get in our jet stream, same concept here. The momentum dips down west of Hawaii, picks up that moisture, and that is when that becomes a Pineapple Express atmospheric river of moisture. Now with this one in particular, even though it's still on its way to the west, just now beginning its lifespan, we can see this does not dip down to Hawaii, so this would be considered just an atmospheric river or one of the smaller ones. Now we also discussed that this is a cycle of low pressure systems that are going to be going on for the next month. If you just take a look at an extended forecast over here, specifically on the GFS, you're going to see just multiple atmospheric rivers forming. We can see this goes back to November 21st, so this was the ending of the first one that just took place. So as we move forward, you're going to see the formation of the new one right here, the 25th of November on Thanksgiving tomorrow, which will extend for about 2 to 3 days. And then right after that, we have another possible Pineapple Express. And I say that because the moisture is coming down from Hawaii. We can see it right down in this area. The dip begins right over the northern end of the islands. But as time progresses, you see that dip come down, and then the flow of water is coming directly from the eastern coast of the Big Island. And then what do we see right behind it? Yet another one. So this is just a cycle that's going to continue until further notice. And I apologize for jumping around so much, my friends, but I wanted to get all this information covered as we have missed 2 days here, so I'm just playing catch up. But here is an article by the New York Times, and I'm just going to summarize this for you guys. But we have launched the rocket into space. The double asteroid redirection test spacecraft launched on Wednesday could be the first to alter an asteroid's path, a technique that may be used to defend the planet in the future. Unbelievable. I'm not going to get too much into depth here either, only because the mission just began. I want to let some time pass and see their progress over time or exactly what their plans are. But something that sticks out to me, I wanted to show you right here. $324 million later, we have our DART mission. I will leave a link for this Twitter post here with the video of the launch in the description box. And I'm sorry, but the timing of all this and the fact that NASA missions take so long to plan with the technology and the funds, and these days, so do movies. So it's interesting to know that it's very possible that the idea of this movie or filming began taking place around the same time that the funding was being put in for NASA's DART mission, and then conveniently the trailer of this movie is released the same day that NASA's releasing updated tweets on the mission itself. As we've said before, you can't make this up, my friends. If you feel like I've been all over the place today, I probably have had a lot of info to get out to you guys. But with that said, that's the video for now. I hope everyone's enjoying the first half of their week. Shout out to Canada. I may have a short video out later on today. If not, tomorrow morning is where we'll meet right here. And I appreciate each and every one of you for being patient. It is getting cold, man, oh man. All right, that's all I got for you today. Take care, my friends. Bye-bye. Stop right there, my friends. If you have not already, click that subscribe button and don't forget to hit the bell icon. Click all and you will get all notifications from this channel. And trust me, you won't be disappointed.